So, hello fellow Nigerians, welcome to another edition of Nigeria, My Country. This is brought to you by a group of concerned Nigerians who have resolved to take personal duties and responsibilities in reforming their fatherland to the nation of their dreams. The group is known as The New Nigeria is Possible. We are a network of selfless Nigerians with a common vision and passion for liberated and remodeled Nigeria of our dreams. This is because we know that we have no other country that we can call our own, and we can collectively agree on a country that will work for everybody, both the rich and the poor. This program is a discussion forum designed to help us as Nigerians rediscover ourselves, our lost dignity, values, and hope. This is our journey of hope. My name is Dr. Henry Deben, the anchor and facilitator of this edition of Nigeria, My Country. I am here with the members of the group of the community, New Nigeria community, and would like to introduce themselves, starting by my left.
Yeah, my name is Chris Nwani, the New Nigerian man.
Good evening, Nigerians. My name is Leslie Sander. I'm a New Nigerian.
Interesting.
Hello everybody, my name is Chidera Aderoji and I am a New Nigerian.
Good. So welcome everybody, welcome us to this session. The topic for today is our history, our inspiration. Our history, our inspiration. So to bring some kind of context to that, so many countries and people with the greatest success stories of their lifetime of any generation were those with the worst and unbelievably brutal history. People never gave them a chance or opportunity to prove their worth, yet they muzzled their way out of the brutality and hopelessness that kept them down for so long, and they turned their lemons into lemonade. Those were the conscious decisions of the people themselves and not their neighbors or the international community. And that is why those transformations were lasting. Now, we have a history as a country that seems to remind us how bad we are, rather than reminding us our celebrated resilience as a country. For us in the New Nigerian community, it is an opportunity to showcase our resilience and total resolve to get it right and prove our global mockers wrong. We consider it a test of our mind power, and it is a conscious responsibility of the good and strong-willed Nigerians who have all it takes to rebirth the country of its history, to help others as well who are weak and could only see negativities in their minds to become strong and see something positive. We won't blame anybody because it takes real men and women to see beyond the walls and the barriers of this country. If you are one of these positive minds, wherever you are, why not stand up and be counted in this journey of hope? Let us unite our positive wills and shock the world with our transformative minds. While we kind of go straight to some discussion points on this, and I've been thinking, what is it about our history that is holding us down since the Civil War? Is it the Civil War itself? Is it the corruption? Is it our ego? Or actually something that has to do with our minds? Now, we've kind of totally lost our sense of ownership and responsibility as citizens of this country. We don't have any, you can find someone who would hardly throw a sachet water bag in his sitting room, but he goes outside his house. It's very, very easy for him or her to just fling it out of the car, because that country, that area does not belong to him. He has no sense of responsibility or ownership, but he wouldn't do that when he gets outside the country. And these are the kind of things we've been seeing all over, including beating common traffic. Now, we've also discovered that the leaders and followers are not actually different, because they have the same values and the same wrong or ill mentality. What the difference between them, the leaders and the citizens or the followers, is just because when the leaders actually get the opportunity or get the opportunity to express themselves, they express the same wrong mentality, the same ill belief system, the same ill values, which everybody has. So, and at that point, they express it wrongly, and because they're already in the spotlight, it's easy for people to now see them and say, this bad one, this bad leader. It doesn't necessarily mean that if you choose randomly from the followers and remove those leaders and put another set of leaders, the same thing will likely happen. And that's why we've been having this problem, all over. Now, I'm just looking at that reasons why we are so much contaminated that we cannot tap from the positive resources of our mind, about our history, about what has happened in the past, which is the wisdom. A lot of people have faced this same problem, but they lived over it and they stepped above it, and they become what they are. So they use their history as a stepping stone, and that is forming the lemonade out of the lemons.
Yeah.
So, Leslie, what would you want to add to that?
Okay, if you ask me, just a question of mindsets and beliefs. Everybody has a set of beliefs that they have, consciously or unconsciously, that is running their life. The same thing for a community, for a nation. There is nobody, no community, no society that does not have a belief system.
Yeah.
So you can never be better than your belief system. Whatever you believe, whether conscious or unconscious, controls and determines your behavior. So the reason why we are the way we are, right, is because somehow we have imbibed the wrong belief system. It started with a lie when they started to say there is something wrong with Nigerians. There is something, corruption is in our blood. There is nothing like that. It's just a lie that is repeated.
Nothing good will come out of Nigeria.
Those are the kinds of lies that have been spoken over and over. But that's an opinion. But you see, in psychology, even if it's a falsehood, once you repeat it to yourself over and over, it becomes your actual experience. So
Consciously.
So what we need to do now, like you said, very powerful thing you said, stop the blame game. We now know the truth. What we need to do now is to reinvent ourselves. We have the power to reinvent ourselves by giving ourselves a new set of values, and beliefs. For us in the New Nigeria community, we have a driving force. And what's that driving force? All things are possible. That's true. So because of that, we know that because we have decided that we have a vision of a transformed Nigeria, where there's equity, there's justice, there's freedom, there's liberty, there's security for everybody. It's just a matter of time. We'll get it done through our coming together, through our inspired actions, through our persistence, through our consistency, and also putting aside the naysayers and the lies and the skeptics who continue to say nothing can be done. Like you said, they'll just wake up one day and see the brand new Nigeria. Because for us, it's a living reality in our hearts. Nothing can dislodge it. It's there. And thankfully, we have examples both in recent and ancient history, how people, individuals, nations, societies have reinvented themselves. I mean, see, consciously. See Rwanda. Whoever thought that Rwanda will become what they are today?
I'm telling you.
So it is possible, it can be done, and it will be done in Nigeria.
Amen.
Because nature didn't make a mistake to make us the biggest black nation on earth. There's something Providence has ordained us to do, and we're going to get it done. Nothing can stop it.
Okay, thanks so much, Leslie. I'm also thinking that the only way that we can get out of this mess is for people to actually take individual responsibility. And how do we start that? By identifying themselves, whom they are. Nigerians, in Africa, we don't really know ourselves. When you start using English language to form educational barrier for our children, you are taking white wedding, which is another person's traditional wedding, as being superior over yours. You see, sorry, I wouldn't want to say that, but I keep on reminding that when you even see our ladies with the flashy long hairs, our colonial masters' natural hair, we no longer carry what belongs to us. We've completely don't smile, children. I was talking to you. No, I'm telling you, but that is the truth. So when we've denied ourselves our identity, and this is what our parents got from their parents, and they're handing it over, and we are also giving our children. So you flick it, you look beautiful because you've kind of somehow denatured your sense of beauty to see other persons, their colonial masters' beauty, as superior to yours. So somebody who doesn't have that kind of sense of responsibility for himself, if you deny yourself all this, why wouldn't you deny your country? The leaders lead like this country does not belong to them. When they scatter their home, scatter their family, they will go to another man's family to live and take their children and find a safe haven. What stops you from saying, why can't I make my own house safe haven and accommodate my neighbors and others? So I think at the time we realized that we're not Americans, we're not British, and this is the only home we have, I think we'll start taking responsibility and with conscious actions towards imbibing progressive attitude and character. That That's what I think. Then we are not taking responsibility at all. And coming to what you said about blame, this blame game, blame mentality is our worst enemies, as in this country, because you find the leaders blaming the followers blaming the leaders. We blame people for our past, we blame people for our present, we also blaming people for our future we've not even lived. We're already finding whom to blame for the future, and it continues. So I think I don't know at what point we'll keep kind of start blaming ourselves and taking charge of our destiny, individual as a country, that we are one family and we are all members of this family. Chris.
Yeah, it's a heartbreaking thing. Looking at the situation in the country and where we are. Let me put it this way: if you cannot do, or if you lack the capacity to do certain things, you think someone else should do it for you. Yeah. And that is what it has been over time. We've seen Nigeria as a no man's business, and nobody cares about Nigeria. I used to put it this way, and I'm sure many Nigerians will agree with me, that as we are growing up as young people, we've been told to go out there, make good grades in school, get a job to see how we can help our family out of poverty. Yeah. And if you look at it to a large extent,
not help the country.
Yes. To a large extent, you see we've lived up to that dream. A lot of countries have come out, a lot of families have come out of poverty. We've seen billionaires, we've seen people doing so well in businesses. We've seen people more educated than ever. But what we've not seen is a progress in our nation. Why? Because we're not giving that vision to translate our energy into nation building. And it's unfortunate, we've suffered it over the years up until now. And I keep telling people that care to listen, that the only leadership we can offer at this moment is to bridge this gap. What is the gap? To think Nigeria first. That I want to go to school, it must be that I'm going to school to make Nigeria great.
The Nigerian dream.
That I want to work is because there is something I'm going to add to make Nigeria a better society.
I agree with you.
If we all have that consciousness, it helps us not to in any way disregard the integrity of Nigeria. Because to a large extent, we've lived as a people and we are not conscious of our national identity. And where did it come from? It comes from the fact that we are not also conscious of our personal identity. If you have a personal identity, it comes with pride. There are things you cannot just do. There are places you cannot just go and talk anyhow. There are people you must respect. But when you don't have that personal identity, you behave anyhow. You just do anything. You don't care about what it is. And that is why someone will rise up and say, Nigeria is rubbish. Nigeria cannot be amended. Nothing good will come out of Nigeria. It's because you've lost if you can lose your identity, so who is Nigeria?
Yeah, something I said.
So responsibility, we're talking about taking personal responsibility. And that is starting with you, me. Who am I in Nigeria? What can I say about my actions, towards my country? Because when I talk about Nigeria, my country, which is the name of the program, it's not about the time I become a senator or I become a councillor or that I become a teacher. Right from my home, what am I teaching? What can people learn from me? What is that responsibility that I'm taking that could sum up to become something that more people are ready to emulate?
And how do you get others involved in it?
Yeah, really. We're talking about something not too long, and we talked about the fact that sometimes we can say a lot of things. We learn things from book. There's motivational book. There are motivational speakers who can quote all these things. But until that good thing become part of our lifestyle and people see us, people believe in what they see you do than what they hear you say. That is it. That's the main thing. So we all must take the responsibility of being an example of citizens, one who believes in Nigeria and who is ready to live on Nigeria, do everything that we are doing because we want it to resonate into making Nigeria a great nation.
Thank you so much, Chris, into making Nigeria a great nation. And I will ask this question as a follow-up to what you've just said. Can you beat your chest and say you're a reflection of the new Nigeria, of the Nigeria of your dream? That you're a reflection of the kind of Nigeria you want to see. If they multiply you into 200 million and leave you here as Nigeria, can you thrive with your attitude, with your character? So I think it's kind of the questions we'll start asking. And that also takes me to one common problem that I know people always think about our population. They say huge population, because we are too many, we could hardly agree, it's difficult to control. And I think this is just a negative perspective, you know. I know many couples who have, they are couples, only just two, but they couldn't agree and they divorced, they separated, just two people. Yeah. So looking at that, would you say it's about population because we are 200 million, or mentality? Why are we not agreeing, just two people and we cannot live? And we are thinking about because of 200 million. So it's, I don't think it's a question of numbers. It's just, we are just building some kind of false energy in us. And that's why we never agree. Ego, this, that, do you know who you're talking about? And how, why would they do this? Our region and that region and so on and so forth. You know, I hope we'll have time to talk about issue of this division of a thing and our identities, you know, but because of time. So I now looked at that. I think what we need, even as a population, even the husband and wife, even twins that have separated after a peace, sorry, not to mention names, they were doing so well. Our popular musicians, twins, until they separated. Did you hear music? Is anything going on? So if we are built as a nation with our 200 million, it should be our strength. It's only just the way we see it. And that's why we are trying to introduce this African philosophy. That's the new Nigeria we are looking at, called the Ubuntu philosophy, or the Ubuntu principle, that says, if one person among us is not happy, why would we all be happy? We can't all be happy. We shouldn't all be happy. If only one person is not happy, I'm bringing it to the Nigerian context. How can Nigerians be happy if Igbos are not happy? If Yorubas are not happy? If Hausas are not happy? If Fulanis, Ishekiris, Egalas, Idoma, if they are not happy, how? If Southern Kaduna is not happy, how can we all be happy? That is the heart. That is the energy. You know, and it's very, very simple, because the Ubuntu says, when you start, it can also be selfish in different perspectives, rather than just thinking about your own and trying to, because nobody is created, like Chris said sometime, you know, nobody is made to feed, to put, add value to himself. Is to add others while you receive from others. So when you know you're receiving from others, for example, you have medical doctor, you have policeman, you have teacher or farmer. When I know that if I treat them fairly and love them and make them happy, they can now serve me well. Because I don't have the strength, the skills to be all of them at the same time, but I need them. So if I know that if I treat a doctor, anybody without even knowing, but you're a medical doctor, if I treat you well and be fair, you'll be in the country, you won't find reasons to run away to another country. So that if my son or my children get sick, we'll come to your hospital and you will heal us and you will, help us. So we need everybody's services. So Ubuntu is saying, seeing yourself in others. That is all. Yeah. And it is so difficult, if not for us to just wear that lens, changing the message, not just wake up and change it. It's a conscious effort that we will make. So thank you for that. And this will also, I think we also want to mention, because we have a lot of things that we are doing as a new Nigerian community. We're already enjoying ourselves. You know, we don't have the money, we don't have all that, but for the fact that we have this positive energy joining us, we are so happy each time we meet. And we have a lot of events and programs that are coming up that we also want to share with Nigerians. But we always want to talk about this big masquerade, because it's born out of all these things we are discussing, knowing fully well that the primary solution to our primary problem is first to find healing in our hearts, to find healing in our minds. And that takes us to the people of Nigeria Reconciliation Summit, National Reconciliation Summit that we are planning in August. Now, so, and what we're trying to do, we're just trying to seek to liberate ourselves and set us free of the past in our minds. So we seek to release the hidden and limitless power of love, power of responsibility, and representative action. These are the inspiring forces of this summit. Leslie, we want to add a bit to that.
Yeah. Nature has made several provisions, and one of them is what you referred to just now. You know, the limitless power of responsibility and representative action. You know, what that simply means is that when you accept and take responsibility to act for the good of others, you become a representative, so that whatever you're doing for the good of others impacts all the others. So you don't need everybody to be present for that thing to happen. You just need a critical mass that understand what this means, and they come together to take responsibility for the rest of Nigeria. And when we do what we're doing, the provision nature has made, look, the result will be unstoppable. There's nothing in nature that can stop, especially if what you have in mind is for the good of Nigeria. What you release, what you unleash is unstoppable.
Yeah.
So that's what we're doing. That's why we are doing the We the People of Nigeria Reconciliation Conference. You know, Chris and Chidera will talk more about the specifics, but what we're doing is, you know, we're bringing Nigerians from all over, 200, 300 people. We're coming together, and what we're going to do is we're going to represent all other Nigerians and apologize for one another and forgive one another and heal our past. You understand? Because we know that, you know, this principle works both negatively and positively. The reason why we're in the terrible mess we are is because some people misused the power of representative action that was given to them. So you don't need to be elected into government to be able to represent other people. It's a heart. It's the love that you have for other people. Nature gives you the right and the power to do what will affect all the others. So we're coming together, and we're not coming to fight one another. Everyone that is coming there recognizes how he and the people he represents have failed Nigerians, have wounded and offended other Nigerians, and you're coming to apologize. And then the rest of us will accept the apology. Healing will take place, and then we'll forge a new beginning. So basically that's what this is all about.
Wow, thank you, Leslie. So, Chidera, would you want to add on other specifics?
Okay, let me just talk about the objectives of the Reconciliation Summit. Said in the new Nigeria community, our driving principle is all things are possible. That there's nothing that cannot be done. If we believe it, we can achieve it. Okay, first, one of the objectives is to heal. We need to heal from our past, from the pains, from the lies we've heard over time. We need to apologize to one another and forge ahead. The next principle, the next objective, is to prepare ourselves to usher us into a new phase, a new identity, a new coexistence as a nation, as a people. And the third one is to put in place the things that need to be put in place so that we can have a healthy community to thrive in as citizens of this great nation. Then the Weapon Reconciliation Conference will hold at the Ball Conference Hall, Nikon Luxury Hotel, Abuja, on the 26th to the 28th of August 2021.
Wow, excellent. Thank you so much. So, Chris, for participation, for those that may want to be a part of this, how do they do it?
Well, I want to say something very quickly before I introduce that to our listeners and to Nigerians all over the world. Imagine a Nigerian without these problems, without crisis. Imagine a Nigerian that is working when we are all together, putting our resources together to form a nation. It will become a threat to the whole world. Imagine a Nigerian where there is no Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, but a true Nigerian who are together to create and to utilize the endowment that nature has given to our nation.
Exactly.
Imagine the bigness of Nigeria when we all come together. This is what has eluded us all these years. And we are using this conference, we the people of Nigeria. You know, whenever a thing is happening, there are people who break down and there are people who build. Imagine you becoming this Nigerian who is ready to start rebuilding the process. That is why we are calling on every Nigerian that we can be part of this, we the people of Nigeria Reconciliation Conference that is coming up from 26 to 28 of August 2021 at Nikon luxury hotel in Abuja. How do you participate? You can nominate someone whom you feel can represent you or represent your people's interest, or you can nominate yourself by going to www.weaponreconciliation.com.ng. Again, www.weaponreconciliation.com.ng, and you will see all the details. Register and be part of this process, because it's a new beginning, it's a new dawn, and Nigeria and Nigerians will never forget those who spearhead this process.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Excellent. Thank you, Chris. Thank you for that. So, so that is it. And for those, the weapon spells WEPON. WEPON. No, we the people of Nigeria. That's what it stands for. So I think this is time for us to give open up our lines for callers or listeners that might want to participate. So what number? So you can just share your views while we are talking. So you can call 081 301 11724. I repeat, 081 301 11724. The second line, okay, WhatsApp line, you can reach us on WhatsApp at 070 33. Somebody.
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead. Okay, please go ahead. Oh, sorry, I was still calling. I didn't get. Okay, go ahead. So WhatsApp line is 070 33 72 8313. Again, 070 33 72 8313. So sorry, you can call us back and we'll be willing to welcome your ideas. So let's just be running through. So looking at the conference again, what could be the focus of that in terms of healing, in terms of reconciliation, and again what do I say? Like Leslie mentioned, representativeness of the people. So what broad are we looking at? What regions and spread?
I think we're looking at getting people from the different senatorial zones, which represent almost the whole ethnic group in Nigeria. We believe that when we get these people together, and then, like Leslie identified, and we look at ourselves in the faces and tell ourselves the truth and see the reason to begin again. Because we cannot carry this hurt forever. We cannot. And because it's not also doing us any good, and it's not adding any value. So whatever has happened, we cannot change it. But there is a future that we can change. And that's why we are coming together, believing that at this togetherness on a table where we can see ourselves as brothers and sisters, embrace ourselves and talk to ourselves where we think any of us have erred against each other, and then we are able to forgive ourselves. That is the starting point. Happiness will be restored, and then we'll begin a new journey.
If I may add something, I just remember the famous quote by the late Martin Luther King Jr. Unless we learn to live together as brothers, we will all perish together as fools. War has never been a good thing. You understand? Like Chris was saying the other day, even after every war, you still sit together to talk. So why not sit down and talk and avoid the war, the pain, the consequences of war? We don't want that to happen. So we must learn to live together as brothers, because that is what nature has ordained, and it must happen.
So let me also call the lines again. So you can call us on 081 301 11724. Again, 081 301 11724. So that also takes me. I also want to share with Nigerians that in this conference we want to do something a bit different. We're not looking at the big masquerades. Okay. So hello.
Hello.
Yeah. So let's tell us your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Tunde. I'm calling from Abuja.
Okay, welcome. Sorry, go ahead. Hello?
One Nigeria, I think living as one Nigeria is an easy thing if everyone caution himself.
Okay.
I know the good and the right thing. Not that someone will be living a number one citizen and be looking at that as number 10 citizen. Only that I think we can live together.
Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that contribution. And again, please, we just want to give callers just 1 minute because we don't have much time. So just share your views quickly, and that will be fine. So, as we are saying, so I wanted to say that we're not looking for the big masquerade, the big names. Okay. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah. Your name and where you're coming from or calling from?
My name is Jeremiah.
Your name is?
My name is Jeremiah.
Okay, Jeremiah. Okay, go ahead. Okay, good.
Well, I really appreciate you for this program.
Thank you.
But first thing is that if we make a consolation now, we're going to make a consolation for those who hold Nigerian flag, that they do issues and they die with the Nigerian flag. We are talking about peace, and the white has been saved. So how are we going to locate those people? If they are great, are we going to apologize or what? So that is my question. Thank you.
Okay, Chris.
Okay, going by your question, now you don't go to the dead, to the land of the dead, to appeal to the dead. The dead, if they see what human beings are doing, and you can't actually be the one to speak for those who are gone. What we want to do is not to look at the mistakes. If we continue in the mistakes, because if we don't apologize and we're still living in the same way we are living, nothing is going to change. Situation will keep getting worse. You know, if you look at Nigeria, 10 years ago was better than 5 years. 5 years was better than last 2 years. Last 2 years is better than this year. We're just deteriorating, carrying the same burden. So what we're saying is, let us agree to do something different. Let it be that there's something different we're doing. By that way, we'll be moving to the next.
Yeah, your name and where you're calling us from?
I'm calling Warimpa.
Okay, Warimpa. What's your name, sorry?
I'm Kabir.
Kabir. Okay, go ahead.
But seriously, I'm listening to you people's program, but this is not bullshit. Like you people can.
Oh, sorry, we missed that call. Okay, as we are talking about the people we are expecting, so we are saying we are making it ordinary Nigerians. Ordinary Nigerians. We are not looking at the big masquerades, the big names, the political powers or what. No, ordinary. Anybody that is coming there will be coming as a concerned ordinary citizens. Let's for once feel equal, feel like brothers and sisters. We are not looking at the professors. We can find the professors, we can find students, we can find anybody, but we are coming as concerned citizens. And for the person that mentioned about the dead, yes, this is even what we are doing for them. This is the only thing that they can look out for, to see if they could still see, like Chris says, and they will be so happy that at last. So how much more dead people would want to allow to die for us to get it right? They've done that, so we are learning from what has happened, and they're all our brothers and sisters. We feel the same. Okay. Hello.
Yeah, hello. Good afternoon, sir.
Thank you. Good afternoon. What's the name?
Okay, I'm Matthew by name.
Okay. Hi, Matthew. Go ahead.
Okay. This living together in peace as one Nigeria is actually not a problem of the poor masses.
Okay.
Because that is actually what they have been agitating for. But I don't know. I don't want to use any harsh words.
Yeah, good.
The problem is actually coming from our leaders. In the sense that they know what is good, they know what is right, but they're not doing it. So it's the masses that's actually suffering for it. If you ask them to apologize, or if like they can, some of them can actually use this program as an avenue to apologize, because why? Election is coming up very soon. The apology might just because they want us to hear them out, but the pain cannot be healed if they apologize and they did not do according to what they are supposed to do at the end of the day.
Okay, so thank you so much for your contribution. Yes, I will tell you, I will so much assure you that, you know, the poor you're talking about, we've always had the poor. We've always had them. They've always been hungry. But we are doing the same thing all the time, and we've never had a chance to grow above this. Now, our leaders are the problems, like you said. Yes, I agree. Okay, yes. So our leaders are the problems, like you said. Yes, we agree if you follow the conversation. But again, we are also trying to tell you that we ourselves, again, the followers, are also part of the problems. And what we are trying to do is what will solve the problem for everybody, both the big, the small, and the rich and the poor. You know, we need to get our environment first before we now start thinking about what gets to us. And that's what we are trying to do. However, we don't have too much time, but I think we'll have more time to discuss this and provide more clarification on that. So I think for those, thank you so much. I think this is where we'll come to the end of the program. And apologies to those who could not reach us and maybe who might also want to call. However, you can reach us privately with your questions and comments on our private WhatsApp or calls for us to provide more answers to your questions. So you can reach us on
070-5743-2774. I repeat, 070-5743-2774.
Okay, thank you. And you can also reach us on our email, infodesk@thegroleafrica.org, thegroleafrica.org, which spells TheGroleAfrica.org. Then you can join us same time, 4 p.m. every Sunday on this station, Bright FM 98.7 Abuja. You can also join us in our regular New Nigeria Assembly every first Saturday of the month from 11 a.m. to 1 a.m. at Hiba Plaza off 5th Avenue, Gwarempa. So you can also come there and we all discuss and attend to your questions and see how we can move the question and the country forward. So thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for listening, and you have a wonderful evening.